So I want to look at the new interface, kind of show everyone around where the differences are going to be, where you can find some of the items you're used to, and the general idea of what the new interface is going to provide for you. Now, this is what the new interface looks like. If you're already used to this and using this, then you're already there. There's no need to worry about making any changes. There's no need to explore it. You're already using this interface. But for those that are still used to this interface, for especially workout writing, things of that nature, this is where you're going to start to see the changes happening, because this interface will no longer be available and you'll be directed into here. And I want to make sure I explain where you'll be able to find all the same things you're used to. So in here, you're used to a couple of places. One, you have your workouts, you have your folders, your season plan, training analytics, attendance records, results history if you have a subscription that includes that, your training groups, your preferences, your subscription, and your profile will also be available to you here. All of these things are still available to you. They're just going to be in a few different spots, and once you get used to it, you'll be able to use Commit exactly as you have. So to get over to the new management interface, what you'll do is click up here, go to Team Management, or just sign in to team.commitswimming.com. That will land you here. First thing you're going to see is you'll land on your dashboard. This is going to show you a quick snapshot of any upcoming workouts you have, your active season plans, if you have any events on your calendar. When we come down the list, under training is where you're going to find your full list of workouts, your season plans, and all your training groups. Now, the training group management and the team management will be a little different now, and I'll explain that at the end of this video. Under reports, this is where you'll find your training analytics, your performance with all your results, if you have that included, your attendance, and financial would be something offered to any clubs that are on our Team Basic or Team Premium subscriptions where you can run club billing. Under people, you're going to now have access to a full roster. What that means is you'll be able to provide more than just an email and a name for your athletes on your training groups. You'll be able to place them in here. You'll be able to add things like birth dates, contact information. You'll be able to connect parents separate from the athletes. You'll be able to connect them with siblings, add emergency contacts, and you can even create custom fields if there's other information you'd like to collect from them. In doing all this, you'll also be able to provide not just the parents, but also the athletes, if you choose, a login so they can access their accounts through this same Commit portal. Billing would only be handled if you actually had a subscription that allowed that. And then under performance, you'll have each individual swimmer's times history from meets if you have that included with your subscription and you've uploaded those times. You'll also be able to look at an individual swimmer's training analytics and their attendance record as well, all within your active roster. And then if people leave your club, you're able to keep a history of them on your club by marking them inactive, which will put them into an inactive list where you can always reactivate them and access their information if you need. This is also where now you'll manage your coaches on your subscription. You'll be able to see how many seats you have on your subscription, how many are being used. You'll be able to edit permissions. You'll be able to update some contact information, such as email address, name. You'll also be able to quickly toggle on and off who is using an active seat on your subscription. And you can add as many coaches as you need here and use up to the max amount allowed for what you're paying. Under meets, the entries piece is, again, part of some of our higher team management software. And then under results is where you can upload those results for meets with the times history if that is included in the package that you have with us. You'll also have a calendar here. You'll be able to add events. If there's certain team events you want to be able to include on here, you can do that. And then under settings, you'll have a couple of different things here as well. One, you're going to have access to some of the information just about your team. You'll be able to access your training settings, which is what you're used to from before, where you can choose your classification. You can manage your training groups that are attached to the club you're on, set season guidelines, so on and so forth. Your personal preferences are also located in here. Roster information is where on your active roster you can choose what fields are or are not shown. And this is where you can add custom fields as well. So if there's other additional information you would like members to include on their profile or you would like to include on their profile, you can do that here. You'll also manage your subscription here. This will take you to your screen where you can update your billing information. You can see invoice history for your subscription with Commit. You can cancel your subscription. You can upgrade. You can change things. You can add payment methods. All of that will be managed in here. Parental controls will allow you to pick and choose what information for your club your parents and athletes are allowed to see if you've let them set up a login. And you can also include your team logo in here as well. There will be an option for more. These are all things that will be included under the higher subscription management packages we offer as well. If you're interested in those, you can check them out and you can contact us. We can set up a live demo. We can walk you through some of what those features offer you. Now, when you're in your training, just a few other quick items real fast. Here's where you'll be able to find your folders. You'll be able to see all that. You'll be able to create your workouts just like you're used to. You'll be able to edit your workouts just like you're used to. You'll be able to quickly search all your member profile information up here too. So anyone on your active roster, you'll be able to search things from up here at any point in time. You'll still be able to access and contact our customer support right here. And on your profile, you can access that up here. If you want to update your name, information, update your password, all that can be managed here. So that's what the new interface is going to offer you. The one final piece is now how some of your information will be managed for your training groups. So for this account here, we have a couple of different training groups that all show up in one spot for me here. But as we've grown and as we've received feedback, we've understood that there's a lot of access control that clubs and coaches are looking for. So now if you're on some training groups that are actually linked to different subscriptions and different teams, you can toggle between those and access each individual club's portal. In this case, I'm on the Fox Heath Rays here, and I can see under the training groups and the information, here's the group that I am a part of with a training group. But there are some other training groups that are on this club that I am not a part of. And then these are other groups that I am a part of that are not a part of this, and then the regular archive training groups. I can toggle between other teams to access information for that. So if I need to switch from the Fox Heath Rays, where I can see that Fox Heath Rays training group, which I can also see here. If I switch over to the Mad Marlins, I can come under the training. I can see workouts for things in here, but here I can see this is where the Mayhem Marlins and the Freestyle Flippers are. And here are some other groups that are a part of, that I'm a part of, again, that are not assigned to this specific team. And then the archive training groups. That's where I can see these two right here. And then for that gold group, I would find that under the Gliding Whales, come under training groups, and I can see that here. Now this has no workouts written for it. This is just assigned for groups. But each team will have its own set of information, meaning when you switch between groups, if I come down to my roster, I can see there's only one athlete on here, and there's only two coaches on this one. If I come down to the Fox Heath Rays and I look at people, I can see there's more athletes listed on here. There's more staff on here. There will be different access to training groups and different calendars and different results files for any of that information. Same with attendance reports, training, that will all vary. If you're at any point logging in here and you're unable to see some of your data, training groups might not be mapped correctly, things of that nature, please contact us. We will be happy to help and walk you through getting it set up so that you can use this just as you've always done, but with the new interface and a lot more power with the tools that we are trying to offer.